Let me see, man. So another one I want to bring up is Armageddon Time, and this is one that I've been seeing a lot of buzz about just online. It's been getting pretty well reviewed, at least on the Rotten, but then it's kind of a split. So we're probably looking at 75 on the critic side and a 47 on the audience side. For me, it was probably, if I'm going to give it a number rating, I'll probably say a 3.5. The story is, I do like the setup of this story, so let me give you the synopsis. So it's the coming-of-age story about the strength of family and the generational pursuit of the American dream. So we get this family, in this film. I think they are Jewish, even to the point where their main name is Graf, but they've got it shortened because it's something like Graf Shazani or something like that. And they just shorten it just to kind of blend in a little bit better. But the cast includes Jeremy Strong, Anne Hathaway. Those are our main character's parents, who is Paul Graf, who was played by Michael Banks Repeater. He's good, man. That kid is really good in this thing, man. We also get Anthony Hopkins in this playing his grandfather. This is kind of interesting, dude. So we do get Jessica Chastain in this film, and she plays Marianne Trump, Donald Trump's mother. Yeah.
Okay.
We also got Fred Trump, played by John Deal. And I'll tell you what they do in a second. But also we get Jalen Webb, who plays, I think the other half of this story, in my opinion. Ryan Sell, who plays Ted Graff. Jalen Webb, but he befriends our main character. They both go to the same school, and they're both kind of class clowners. They're smart kids, but for whatever reason, they're just doing terribly in school. They're just not really, entertained, and the teachers' methods just aren't working on them. But this thing, I do give it credit, man, for tackling some very complex things, man, because one part of it is, we're seeing these things through the eyes of Paul Graf, who's the kid, and it's weird because he's a class clown, and we see this immediately. I forgot what year this takes place, man. This is going to be maybe right before Reagan becomes president, so maybe 79, something like that. I feel like they show Reagan on the campaign trail in this, and it's weird because his family, they don't mess with Reagan at all. Like the grandpops is cursing him out while he's on the TV and stuff, but that's the dynamic. So they're both in the same class, both of these kids, but the black kid, they're both class clowns, but it seems crazy. Like it kind of, I think it's trying to show that a lot of times it's just what you're born into that determines your outcome. And Michael Banks, Paul Graf, this character has his family loves him. They're doing okay. They got means, versus Jalen Webb. I think he's being taken care of by his grandmother, and she's struggling. So, not Jalen Webb, but that's the actor, but the black kid. So, but then, you see them both doing the same thing in class, but somehow the black kid gets punished harsher, or sometimes, the teacher turns his back and there's a scene where Paul Graf does some goofy stuff and makes the whole class laugh, but then the teacher blames it on the black kid, even though he doesn't know who did it because his back was turned. But there's, I think what it's trying to do, man, is show that disparity, with these characters. And I think for the most part, I really was digging this film, man. Like the acting is superb, man. All of these characters are fully realized. Grandfather, something ends up happening to him, and he's trying to impart wisdom in young Paul. And there's an incident that happens. I don't want to spoil it. Maybe once you get a look at this, man, eventually, and then we'll come back around and talk about it. But I love what they're doing here, man, in a way, just to show these disparities between the advantages or disadvantages that both of these characters have. But I think what would have worked better for me, this is based on the director's own life experience in a way. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, like, our focus is on Paul and his story. But I think what would have made this film work to an even higher degree is if we split it down the middle and we spent half the movie with Paul and his family, and then half the movie, with the other kid's family. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And really kept jumping back and forth. But for the most part, it seems like, I get this criticism. I didn't look at it like that, but a lot of people were complaining. It seems like the black character is just there to boost up or for the other character to play off of. And I could get how people see that. And I totally legitimately agree with that complaint, because like I said, if they would have split this film a little bit better and really showed us, these disparities between the two characters and how they're coming up, I think this thing would have been a lot more effective, man. But with that said, though, I still say go see this film, man. This film has some of the best acting I've seen this year. and there's like some really good moments, man, especially between Anthony Hopkins and Paul, man. Just grandpops giving the young kid like wisdom and giving them tools to go forward in life and hopefully be successful, man. Because ultimately, that's what it's about, man. You know, and you see, at least what the film is trying to tell you, man. Like the family, the dad, everyone wants the best for Paul. Paul's kind of in his own way, and he definitely has a lot more, advantages, than the other kid, man. But it's crazy, man. Just seeing how it plays out, man. It definitely raises a lot of questions, but it doesn't really give you a lot of answers, man, or even try to, man. I think most of it feels like the type of film that was just made to make you aware of some of these things, but not really, like I said, make you aware of the questions, but not, provide a lot of answers, man. And it leaves a lot of stuff just unexplained, man. But I get it, man. Like you're asking this film to do a lot, and it's already doing a lot really well, man.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna knock it for that, man. I definitely enjoyed the time I had with it. Some people might be disappointed because it doesn't wrap anything up so nicely, or seem to have a deeper point than the points that get made in the beginning of the film, but I liked it, man. I recommend you checking it out and just making up your own opinion about it. I don't think it'll be a waste of time to see this at all.